Some big names in the world of gymnastics are taking on the FBI. Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles and Aly Raisman are among roughly 90 women suing the agency for $1 billion, claiming the Bureau failed to stop sports doctor Larry Nassar from continuing to abuse girls after learning about allegations against him. NewsNation's Kelly Beeson is following the investigation.
It's hard healing from all the trauma, but I'm getting there. It's a process.
At 15 years old, Emma Ann Miller was the youngest woman to speak out at Larry Nassar's sentencing in 2018. Approximately 90 claimants in this recent case are seeking more than $1 billion from the FBI, including Miller, as well as gold medalists Simone Biles, Aly Raisman, and Michaela Maroney.
What is the point of reporting abuse if our own FBI agents are going to take it upon themselves to bury that report in a drawer?
Indianapolis-based USA Gymnastics told local agents in 2015 that 3 gymnasts said they were assaulted by Nassar, a team doctor. However, according to an internal watchdog for the Justice Department, the FBI did not open a formal investigation or inform federal or state authorities in Michigan. Nassar wasn't arrested until fall of 2016 during an investigation by Michigan State University police.
There are allegations that the field office of the FBI in Indianapolis, where United States Gymnastics is also headquartered, that the head of the FBI there was seeking a job at United States Gymnastics, and the CEO of the United States Gymnastics and the head of the FBI of that office were working together to cover up these allegations.
Not only was the Indianapolis office, was there failures at that level, there was failures at the level potentially in both Michigan FBI office as well as the one in LA. And as a result of them sitting on this complaint that was filed, over 100 women and girls were assaulted, or the assaults continued from July of 2015 until August of 2016. And that's the sad part of this.
Attorney Mick Gruhl is representing roughly 40 young women in this case, including Miller, who says while it's difficult to speak out publicly, her mission to stop this from happening to others drives her forward.
I think it's important, whether or not money is included, to hold people accountable for the mistakes that they've made, especially when it impacts this many people and when it's like a child sexual abuse claims.
Kelly Beeson, News Nation.
And joining us now is Larry Nassar, survivor and one of the claimants in the $1 billion lawsuit against the FBI, Arianna Guerrero. Thank you so much for taking the time, Arianna. First of all, if you feel comfortable, can you take me back to that young woman who was abused by Larry Nassar? What was it like? How old were you? Did you feel helpless, hopeless?
Of course. My abuse originally started around age 11, and it carried on until I was almost 16 years old. And it's been a roller coaster. I've had my hard days, I've had my easy days, I've had my hard months and weeks. It's getting better though. I'm learning to live with it and use it to ways to make other girls come forward.
Well, it's years later, but the scars and the pain, like you said, they're still there. What kind of trauma, day to day, do you still deal with?
I definitely deal with trauma every single day. Whether it's PTSD, I still see it. It still goes in the back of my head all the time. Flashbacks of the courtroom and facing him, the smart remarks he's made to us. It's very hard.
Can you break down kind of this PTSD? What happens in those situations?
Your body freaks out. You get visual flashbacks. You don't see anything besides the doctor room that you were treated in, the back room of Twistars, wherever you were seeing him at.
Can I ask you, and this may be a tough question, how many times did it happen?
Over around 10.
And you were what age again?
11 is when it started.
What did the FBI do and not do in regards to your case and so many other women in this case?
The FBI did not. They did not do anything. They did not hold anybody accountable that should have been held accountable. So therefore, transparency is a big thing that we need to acknowledge. The problem needs to be acknowledged so we can change it, and we need to hold people accountable for what they've done to us.
How does it make you feel that there's 90 other women in your shoes, knowing that you're one of them?
It really breaks my heart because us 90 women, we weren't supposed to be victims. The investigation should have been handled back then in 2015, and us 90 Jane B. Does should not be here speaking.
Thank you so much for doing this. It took a lot of courage to share your story. Arianna Guerrero, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.